So, for the first time in a while, I have a kind of movie that I am unsure about. Right out of the Vinegar Syndrome box set, it was the first one that I plunged to watch, and that was Sister Sister, partially because of the credentials behind it. Directed by Bill Condon, his debut directorial movie. We have a movie that's co-written by Joel Coen, that stars Eric Stoltz, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and a host of other people as well. And this is a southern gothic horror movie set within the kind of swamps and bayous. We have that kind of hazy, dreamlike quality of we're thrown into the worlds of Charlie and Lucy, two sisters that kind of run this boarding house, this large plantation house, and the world that they kind of live in. Now, Charlie, the older one, has kind of broken relationships. She kind of focuses all her attention on her kid sister Lucy, who seems to be a little bit damaged through to something that's happened in the past. And she kind of has this fun relationship with Etienne, a kind of handyman on the grounds that becomes a little bit handsy at times. And everything changes when Matt, a person, comes to stay for a little while at this household. And Noah has an obvious attraction for Lucy and starts to awaken feelings there. But there is a darker underbelly to this story. I kind of like aspects of Sister Sister on the initial watch, because it takes a while to fit into the story that it's telling. It feels as if it's jumping around and not really tying down its thematics at the start of the movie. It has a lot going on, but it doesn't seem to be coherent in the way it's delivering its story. Visually, it looks pretty great. I love a lot of the artistic elements that they have within the movie. That kind of hazy, dreamlike quality that goes through the movie, creating these wonderful kind of soft focus images of Jennifer Jason Leigh, of these swamps, of the whole look and production are wonderful. But it's the story that I get hung up a little bit on. But it was a movie that kind of left me feeling a little bit cold, as if it was just melodrama for the sake of melodrama. And when it gets to the kind of more genre element at the end, where it leans into almost giallo-like tendencies, it becomes a little bit fun, but also a little bit formulaic. And it was a movie that, after watching once, I kind of wrote off. I was like, you know what, I wasn't feeling this one at all. It's got two commentaries on it, one by Bill Condon, one by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back and listen to these and see what I think rewatching the movie. And I've watched the movie 3 times now, with the two commentaries with the main feature, and it's really grown on me. I love the look of the movie, the atmosphere that it's trying to create. Some of the characters are really just fun as well. But the movie still has its problems. It's not perfect, but it's not as bad as I initially considered it to be. It's one that really grew on me over the 3 watches. Forced perspective into this one because of the talent behind it, because of the imagery it was producing, because of the story. And after knowing how it all plays out, how it feels a little bit more connected on a second watch. You know, that disconnection that you get the first time round is because you don't know the lay of the land, and I don't think the movie lays out its map too well. But on a second watch you can start to see the pieces fall into place.
Nobody gets into her pants. Nobody.
Which I really kind of like, and I like the thematics and the imagery that comes into play on the second and third watch. But should you really have to watch a movie several times to get all of these elements together? I'm not entirely sure. Sister Sister was a frankly weird movie. Personally, as a watching experience, usually when I watch these things I kind of know immediately whether I like something or didn't like it. And this is one that's kind of evolved through watching it 3 times over 3 days and kind of letting it sink in a little bit. It's never going to be a great movie for me. It is one that I would go back and watch again, I think now. It's a solid 3-star movie. good performances, some good atmosphere, some nice direction, and a kind of wonderful look to it. I enjoyed Sister Sister. It's not the greatest, but I did have fun with it eventually. There's some good extras on this as well, so let's have a quick look at those. Hello and welcome to the disc for Sister Sister. Let's have a look at some of the extras we've got here. So, going to the extras. We have Being an Outsider, an interview with actor Benjamin Mouton, which is just under 14 minutes. It's a really kind of fun talking head, talking about his first ever screen role and some of the direction he received from Bill Condon. It's an interesting and kind of fun addition. Next up, we have Staying Honest, an interview with actress Nahalia Douglas, which is just under 12 minutes. Quite an interesting talking head, I guess, because it's such a small part in the movie, but it's kind of fun to hear her talk about it with such genuine fondness, seems as though. Next up, we have Orchestrating Altered States, an interview with composer Richard Einhorn, which at just under 25 minutes is the longest filmed extra on this one. And he kind of talks about his relationship with Bill Condon, going to LA to do the scoring on this, partying and kind of neglecting his job into the last few weeks. There's some interesting additional information with it. He talks about kind of cribbing some music together, and it plays the original music and the kind of music that he borrowed a little bit, which is a really nice kind of extra. And next we have Going to War, an interview with cinematographer Stephen Katz, which is just under 15 minutes. And it's kind of nice hearing him talking about the swamps, the bio, how it was lovely to film there, the kind of things they used to create some wonderful imagery, the kind of fog and stuff like that. It's another fun addition. Then we have the deleted scenes, which come with commentary, which is just 3 minutes, and the original trailer. But if we go back to the main menu and go into the audio setup, you will see that we've got the original stereo soundtrack. We've got a commentary track with director Bill Condon, which was filmed a little while ago, but it's fun to hear him have such love for the movie while still being able to look at it as a first film, poking various things that he did wrong, things he could have done better, things that aren't quite as precise as he would have hoped for. And then we have a commentary track with author and critic Alexandra Heller Nicholas, which is another fun one. She's got an obvious love for this movie. She talks through of it, kind of highlighting some of the parts that could be easily missed and some of her ideas of the thematics and where the story leans itself towards, which is really great. The only thing with these two commentary tracks is that they have long pauses where they're not really talking about the film, which isn't as constant a commentary as I would like. In addition to this, you also get a booklet inside this one. Now, it's about an 8-page booklet, but only, I'd say, 3 of those pages contain an essay, which is interesting enough. The others are images, and it's just a nice addition, as we're not used to getting booklets with these releases. There we have it. Sister Sister, are you going to watch this one? Have you picked it up? Have you already watched it? I'd love to know what you think of it. Did you like it or hate it? Have you watched it more than once, and did that change your opinion of the movie? I'm really curious about this one to know whether it's just me this has happened to, or whether it's something you instantly just loved, and why. Let me know in the comment box below. As always, there's more content up here that you can see more of my videos, and if you click that like button below, well, all kinds of magic happens behind the scenes that just makes me smile. Isn't that a good thing? And if you want to really support me, you can join the Patreon or the membership program, which really does help this channel and will help me get new equipment to make the videos hopefully a little bit better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.